All right, ladies and gentlemen, with 28 hours left in my February 2022 THORnews fundraiser and only $743 left to raise, here comes the big THORnews push. If you'd like to contribute, you're super smart. You know how to do it. All right, let's get to the information. The moon is about to get hit in the face. The lunar impact is imminent. We are over at Mashable, talking about how a rocket will crash into the moon and it'll leave way more than a scar. And technically, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen when it hits the moon. When I was younger, and I'm only talking about like a couple years ago, I had a dream that something hit the moon cracked in half like an egg, and then it just fell out of the sky like there was no gravity. Then there was a giant tidal wave that hit me and my girlfriend, or below us, as we were standing on top of a giant skyscraper. Anyway, it was a really cool but scary dream, and we have another crazy mystery to go in with 2022. Definitely a crazy year. And hey, if you don't know the French film, is he talking about the bicycle thief? Everybody loved that movie, but I was like, hey, man, this thing is boring. You've likely seen its iconic imagery. In the 1902 silent movie, A Trip to the Moon, a rocket smashes into the eye of the man in the moon. We're in the bicycle thief. The guy just has the bicycle stolen, but that's his whole livelihood. And so then heavy drama ensues. 120 years later, life will painfully imitate art. Sidebar, if you want to listen to some Smashing Pumpkins, now would be an excellent time. Bill Gray, who tracks objects in near moon orbits for asteroid hunters in his spare time, recently noticed 4-ton rocket booster on a collision course with the far side of the moon. It's expected to make landfall on March 4th. Hey, dude, that's only like 5 days away. This is going to be an exciting week. Let me make a prediction right now. This is definitely going to be a very interesting and very exciting week. And it will be the first known space junk to unintentionally crash into the moon. Although it's kind of unknown, first known space junk, since nobody really knows what the space junk is. Is it a leftover alien craft? Aliens say no. Is it the 2014 Chinese lunar mission rocket? They say no. The Chinese. Is it a SpaceX rocket? Nope. SpaceX is no. You see, traveling at an estimated 3.3 miles per second, the chunk of metal, now believed to be left over from the 2014 Chinese lunar mission, Gray originally identified it as a SpaceX rocket booster, and is expected to make a crater 65 feet long, about the size of a tractor trailer, and smash into who knows how many pieces. And remember, there are people out there who think that the moon is hollow. So it could crack like an eggshell. We'll see. I doubt it. But who knows, man? There's so much about everything we don't know, and that would include the moon. Though NASA and the European Space Agency weren't monitoring the high-flying space junk, and hardly anyone does, because they just throw up like tons of satellites up into space, like thousands of them, and they're like, yeah, we'll let the next generation worry about it. They have given credibility to findings, confirming the crash forecast. Hey, remember the other day when the head Russian dude was like, ha ha ha, how will you like it when the International Space Station crashes into America? You won't think it's so funny then, will you? I just like my Russian accent. China has denied ownership of the wayward rocket, saying that Chang'e T1 debris burned up in Earth's atmosphere. So like it's not us. And I'm not even going to attempt to do a funny Chinese accent if you don't mind. It's hard to not imagine the moon man wincing from the blow. Wait, what? It's hard to not imagine something? I mean, I don't know. I would imagine not imagining something is difficult because I'm having a hard time not imagining. Okay, what was I talking about? Given that it won't be the first time a rocket has slammed into his face. Luna, the moon, is considered female. Although technically the moon, like the sun, has no genitalia that we know of. But that's a whole can of worms I sure as heck don't want to get into this evening. Especially when I'm not trying to trigger you. I'm trying to entertain and inform you. You know what I'm saying? Or that junk Oh, great. We're talking about junk across the moon's face. Has scattered onto the surface. Whatever you do, don't wake Lilith. That bitch can be mean. Oh no, here comes a new moon. That was a sidebar. Perhaps no longer flinches. And I screwed that sentence up. But with humanity's growing lunar ambitions, the question is how much moon destruction, contamination, and littering is acceptable to us. Well, at this moment, I would guess probably the same amount as the ocean. You know, we don't really care about polluting the oceans, the rivers, and the lakes. So why would we, and we don't really care about polluting upper orbit, why would we take that much of a different standard for the moon? I'm sure we would, though, because there would be official missions, unless there would be corporate missions, and then you would just have to have corporate ethical standards. The public kind of gets it, but we haven't yet seen thinking about this in terms of an environmental movement. Oh yeah, because those have been so freaking successful since the 80s. Since the greed was good, oil and war for everyone all the time, economic system's really been like up in our business. Wait, did this turn into an environmental article? Oh man, I thought it was about alien spaceship crashing in the moon, cracking shit in half. All right, the closest was probably Wall-E. And frankly, that's pretty dated at this point. I would love to see more serious scholarly attention to build on how we avoid Wall-E. Yeah, was it dystopian trash, Earth wasteland? Yeah, man, I need some more positivity in my life. And it was talking about trash in the moon. That's like, you know, that's not fun doom. That's more like irresponsible doom. Astronaut poop, scoops and tongs, moonquake experiments, a hammer, vomit bags, orbiters, cameras, mirrors, golf balls, condoms, cosmic ray detectors, cocaine, shoes, roving vehicles, and $2 bills. In 2012, NASA published an inventory of about 800 items the agency knows were discarded or installed on the moon. The purpose wasn't to take accountability for the U.S. mess, per se, but to keep a log of items sprawled on the moon so they can be preserved. That's right, this article's about moon trash. We're both surprised, you and I. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin's poop are historical artifacts. Holy crap, astronomy people have some weird fetishes. Space underwear in your face. Hopefully it's clean. Some even consider it science. Oh, geez. The moon hasn't been pristine for 70 years. That's what she said. Nations that have reached the far-flung destination have left their share of litter and blemishes. All right. Yeah, we're not, all right, sorry. Give me a second here. Let's talk about the rocket on course to hit the moon. Gray, the independent astronomer who discovered the rocket's moon-bound trajectory, is rooting for the hit. That doesn't sound very cool, now does it? On his website, Project Pluto, he mused that scientists could learn from it. And after all, if a rocket crashes into the moon, it's not a threat to Earth. That's a weird sentence, I guess. The rocket, launched about 8 years ago, is one of the many left in a chaotic orbit, meaning its cosmic track could change in a mathematically unpredictable way. Wait, so they don't know whose rocket this is? Oh, they don't know it was launched 8 years ago? This horror story is so weird. This whole story is so strange. Maybe it's me being strange. It's possible. It's been a rough month, and usually on the last 2 days of every month, kind of losing my shiz mentally. I'm going to start all over again at the next of the month, all fresh and new. When rockets are in low Earth orbit, not far away from many satellites, they'll stay there with the possibility to re-enter Earth's atmosphere. If a rocket is sent farther out to a roomy orbit around the sun, on the other hand, it'll essentially be lost forever. Oh no. Wait, what? All right, man, I'm more interested in figuring out, we can discuss all the ramifications of space junk later. I'm more interested in finding out, where did this come from? Man, like, what are they going to have, like a moon trash tax? Clock is ticking. Moon trash tax. Huh. This whole story is weird. Expect it to get weirder. Look, on February 2nd, it was like a piece of space junk. It's the size of a school bus. It's going to hit the moon. And they were like, it's a Falcon 9 rocket. And they're like, no, it's a Chinese rocket. And they're like, no, it's not a Chinese rocket. But we're tired of talking about the subject, so we're no longer going to speculate on whose rocket this might be. But I bet more information will be released before the rocket hits. But anyway, you got a space junk school bus about to hit the moon in 5 days. So we will have to keep track of this story. I mean, you don't have to. There's other shit to pay attention to right now. But I will do it. Okie dokie. I'll let you guys know. All right, I hope this has been fantastically exciting for you. And I hope you might be interested in supporting THORnews. You can make a contribution through the mailboxes or the PayPals, the Venmos, the Cash Apps, the Patrons. I only have $743 left to raise, with about 28 hours left in this February fundraiser. So please let me say thank you to everybody out there. You guys are awesome and amazing. I love you, Asteroid Fight Club. Happy 9-year anniversary. Please let me say thank you to Megan, Susan, Nancy, Jason, Silky, Brittany, Dane, Michelle, Brady, Saracen, Jesus Loves Gays on Facebook, Justin, Arnica, Marsh Stars, Space River News, Greg, Pookie, Andrea, Megan, Wizard of Oz, Texas Angel, Bruce, Patricia, Max, KJ, Ann, Ryan, Marlita, Dan, Lightsoul, Glenda, Barbara, Richard, Lauren, and one of the most beautiful women in the world, your mom. Oh, yeah, and Alexis. All right, and my mom. Okay, everybody stay cool, and I'll talk to you in the near future. God bless everyone, and please, Space Debris Rocket, be good to the moon, because the moon is good to you. Yay, stay cool.